Hey guys, today we're doing a little bit of an update because I covered the Johnny Somali case way back when he was in trouble in Japan. Well, it turns out Johnny Somali didn't learn his lesson and he just went over to South Korea and started doing the exact same things that got him in trouble in Japan. And now there's a big update on what he's been up to in South Korea. Basically, he just pled guilty to multiple counts in South Korean court. That's right, Johnny Somali might actually be facing some consequences now. So what exactly happened? Well, I suppose the best way to start this off is to take a look at a tweet made by Legal Mindset where he lists out the charges. Legal Mindset has been one of the foremost YouTubers covering the Johnny Somali case. He said, reminder, Ramsey, which is Johnny Somali's actual name, faces a total of 4 charges, 2 counts of obstruction of business, and 2 violations of the Minor Crimes Act. Today, he pled guilty to 1 count of obstruction, convenience store, and 2 counts of the Minor Crimes Act, dead fish harassment, and disrupting subway/bus. Now, just to give you some background info, this account here, where he says convenience store, Johnny Somali was throwing a fit in a convenience store and making a lot of noise, arguing. I believe he was also drinking inside the convenience store. The dead fish harassment is when Johnny Somali decided to carry around a rotting dead fish through the subway and just make people uncomfortable with it, which is probably one of the weirdest things anybody's ever been charged under the Minor Crimes Act for in Korea. And disrupting subway and bus, that's pretty self-explanatory. He's a very disruptive person. He goes onto a subway, he goes onto a bus, and he makes a lot of noise, disrupts it, makes it hard for everybody to operate. You know how it is. And so he's facing these charges, which can carry jail time. Now, whether or not they'll give Johnny Somali jail time is still up in the air, but I think that so far what I've seen, especially from Legal Mindset and some other YouTubers who are covering it in depth, the idea is that there's a very good chance that he may see some kind of jail time or prison time. However, nothing's been decided yet. Now, Legal Mindset was actually at Johnny Somali's court appearance today in person, which is why I originally pulled up his tweets. Basically, he went, and you can't film inside of a Korean courtroom, and obviously it wasn't live streamed if you can't film it, and he put this tweet out after he left the courtroom after Johnny's trial had pretty much concluded. Ramsey's first day of trial just concluded. He was 1 hour late and came in with his roommate Hank. Both Ramsey's lawyer and Ramsey had no idea about the new charges, so they pushed the next trial date for 3 weeks from today, April 9th. Johnny pled guilty to all the other charges, details and charges below, and that's what we read earlier. So basically, there were more charges added onto Johnny Somali's case. However, because he didn't have notice of them, they pushed that back. It's not looking good for him. They keep stacking more and more things on top of him. What's interesting from this is, why was Johnny Somali an hour late for his court date? I mean, obviously, that's the worst first impression you can make, being late for a court date. Turns out, according to this Japanese Twitter user, Johnny Somali went live on Party, which is a live streaming platform which seems to give a platform to any streamer who's been banned from literally every other platform, like Johnny Somali. This Twitter user said that Johnny said in his stream that they were going to live stream the trial. Now, obviously, he couldn't do that because there were no cameras or phones allowed to be used in the courtroom. The trial was supposed to begin at 10:10 a.m. However, he says, I've been drinking for 3.5 hours straight and I can't even speak properly. I believe he's referring to Johnny because Johnny proceeded to apparently get absolutely hammered during this live stream. I heard that he basically passed out and that when he arrived at court, he was very obviously hungover, although that he told his lawyer that he had a stomach ache. Now, of course, showing up to court an hour late and hungover is not the best look, and it led to him pleading guilty on all of his charges, except for the one that he didn't know about. Legal Mindset also mentions an interesting point. Ramsey was also clearly wearing Hank's white suit, which was wildly oversized. He was also told twice to take off his MAGA hat. Just imagine Johnny Somali, who's not a big guy, he's walking into court in a massive white suit that's way too big for him, with a MAGA hat on his head. Now, Johnny Somali, he's not a Trump supporter. I don't know if he supports anything, to be honest. I think he just wants to troll people. From what has been reported, they asked him to take off his MAGA hat. He did, and then he put it back on his head. They asked him to take it off again. Finally, after the second time, he actually got it through his thick skull. Though, to be fair, he might have been confused because he was hungover. So now, Atozi, who also went to the trial, had some interesting points to make about Johnny Somali's behavior. He mentions that when Johnny Somali came into the courtroom, he was smiling and mocking them. And Atozi went with a group. So by us, he means him, Legal Mindset, and a few other people who are involved with the internet side of the Johnny Somali trial. But the smile was cut quickly when the judge announced the charges. With the current charges, he's facing a decade in prison. That's right. And again, those aren't the only charges. Atozi mentions that there were more charges. And then there's a separate court case, which I heard on Legal Mindset's stream is probably related to deep fakes, which are illegal in South Korea. So basically, Johnny Somali's screwed. The guy's not leaving South Korea anytime soon. He very well could go to jail. He could go to prison. And you know, I can't think of any place I'd want to go to jail or prison less than an Asian country. Because prisons in Asian countries don't have the best reputation. Though I guess South Korea, out of all of the Asian countries, probably isn't the worst one to go to jail in. That distinction probably belongs to like Vietnam or Laos, Cambodia, or Thailand. Yeah, I still wouldn't want to be there. I wouldn't want to have to deal with it. It gets really hot in Asia, and I I very much doubt that they have good air conditioning in their jails. I'll leave you guys with what Atozi said here, because I think it's the perfect way to sum up Johnny Somali's entire career. He said, "If there's a takeaway, don't harass people in public for your content, then continue to double down over and over again." And that's exactly what Johnny Somali has done. After he got out of Japan, he went right back into it. And hopefully this will be the last time. Maybe he'll learn his lesson. We'll see. Thank you so much for watching all the way till the end. Remember to like and subscribe. Have a great day, and God bless you.